History makers yet again. 4 Premier Leagues in a row, 4 losses in a row. Yeah. Big fight, big fight, but in the end, we fell short. Manchester City have just lost 4 games in a row. Liverpool are undoubtedly going to beat Aston Villa. We are going to be 5 points clear off of first place going into the dreaded, or actually much needed, I can't believe I'm saying these words, international break. But before I talk about City, first of all, Brighton and Hove Albion, congratulations. Any Brighton fan watching this, congratulations. You won. You beat us. It was a fantastic game. Fantastic display of counter-attacking football by Brighton. Some good positional play by the outside wingers. Some good positional play by the midfielders. And great defensive prowess by Brighton. And amazing grit. That is why Brighton won this game. They capitalized on their chances. They knew they were going to be on the ropes in the first couple of minutes. I got to tell you, that first 30 minutes of the game, that was probably the best I've seen Manchester City play this season. It makes this win by Brighton hell of a lot better when you think of it like that. And I gotta say, a couple of players I want to highlight here. First of all, Igor. Great play by Igor. He was getting into some positions. He practically single-handedly stopped a goal from, I forgot who crossed the ball. I think it was Haaland or Foden crossing it to Savinho, and Igor just came in out of nowhere. He's very quick. Very strong player, though. He's quick, but he's also very strong. Let's see. I think Matoma didn't have his best game, but he was completely bamboozling Walker a couple of times, especially in that second half. I thought Reuter was getting into some great positions. Brighton were holding off, and their substitutes won the game. First of all, João Pedro, I think he scored 20 goals for Brighton last season. He comes on, he capitalizes on the situation. Rico Lewis and Simpson-Pu, I don't know what they were doing. I'm not going to put the blame on them single-handedly, but it was just a mess, and they capitalized on that chance. I'm not going to say it was a lucky goal because Brighton 100% deserved the win. They deserved that goal right from the get-go of that second half. And it was just a lack in concentration. I don't know what Rico Lewis was doing. That boy is on the floor 90% of the time. And Simpson-Pu it was a mistake by him. Guardiola was coming in there. I remember Guardiola and Matheus Nunes were there. And everybody was just jumbled up. And Simpson-Pu was just ball watching. And then João Pedro just capitalized on that chance. I mean, there's not really too much to be said there. Our defense is knackered with injuries, taking nothing away from Brighton. They completely capitalized on it. Honestly, if we had a Kanji and John Stones and Ruben Diaz, I still don't think we would have won this game. We had the possession, but they outplayed us in terms of attacking and counter-attacking play. That is 100% definite. They were the better team. It is classic Man City to give a Premier League debutant O'Reilly his first ever goal. Debut, first goal against City, of course.
Yeah, boy.
As far as us, first 30 minutes, like I said, best football we've played probably all season. And I could be very angry here, but I'm not going to because this is probably... We would be such a-holes, honestly, as fans, to say that we are in a crisis. We should get off the train right now. It's gonna derail and hit the entire town. I don't feel that at all. Liverpool are gonna be winning. Let me just check the Liverpool game. I think it's between Aston Villa, Liverpool. Right now it's the 13th minute and it's still 0-0, but still, I think Liverpool are gonna win that game. We're gonna be 5 points clear off the top of the table. Again, Liverpool is the only team that I don't want to be chasing in the Premier League. And yeah, I mean, I could get angry, but it's 5 points. We're still in the running for the Champions League. We still got a couple of games. We still got to play Feyenoord and I think Club Brugge. And definitely those 2 games are very winnable. I have to play PSG and Juventus. I don't think we're in pole position to win either of those games, but I do think we'll get into the round of 16, into the knockout stages of the Champions League. But we might be in a playoff contention. And as of right now, we're definitely not the favorites to be winning this Premier League title right now. But again, it's deja vu for the last several years. That Manchester City cycle is coming up once again. Injuries have knackered us. We were without Kevin De Bruyne for a majority of last season. But Kevin De Bruyne is coming in. He didn't play that well. He completely messed up a couple of times with his passing. But again, I'm not going to get on the substitutes for this game. We didn't deserve to win this game whatsoever. First time we've lost 4 in a row since 2006, the first year that I watched Manchester City play football. How incredibly poetic is that, ladies and gentlemen? To start off, I'm going to start with Rico Lewis. I thought Rico Lewis in that first half was excellent. Getting the ball, looking up, getting into some pole positions. He's very good in those tight little situations, Rico Lewis. He really is. But defensively, he was involved with both goals defensively. Again, Rico Lewis is a quality player. He's a young player. He's going to learn not to do any of these defensive mistakes in the future. But still, good game by Rico Lewis. Simpson-Pu, oh my goodness. Again, academy player, Premier League debut. Not meant to be, but Pep Guardiola trusted a 4-PEAT team, a treble-winning team, one of the best teams in the world, and to have an academy player lead the line at center half. Because it wasn't Kovacic, wasn't Walker, and it wasn't Rico Lewis. Our best defender today was Simpson-Pu. Oh my goodness. So composed on the ball. Amazing to watch. I was so happy seeing him get the ball. You can tell this is just a classic Guardiola player. He gets the ball at center half. Defender's coming in. He fakes. He does like a little feint. Shrugs off the player, and he just stays calm. He just settles in. He scans everything. He touches the ball with his right foot. He's like bouncing on it. All right, anybody come? Anybody gonna come? Anybody gonna come? Nope. I'm gonna spray a pass out wide to Matheus Nunes, or I'm gonna drill it back to Ederson and give the safe pass in. Simpson-Pu was doing very, very well for a large majority of the game. So happy about him. Kyle Walker. Oh my goodness. I've been defending him for the last several weeks, but they're just not it anymore. I'm sorry. When I say he's not it, I'm saying he's nowhere near his prime. I think that's obvious, but so many mistakes today. So many mistakes today. There was a moment where I think he toe-balled the ball into the middle of the park, and then Brighton had a counterattack, and that pass near the end of that second half, it looked like he was passing to Pep Guardiola there. But still, that was absolutely atrocious by Kyle Walker. I think I counted like 5 or 6 misplaced passes that I can do in my sleep, that any professional player, not me, any professional player can do in his sleep. But still, he's been a loyal servant to Manchester City. He is a Manchester City legend 100%, but I think it's time to limit his minutes going forward. His pace is still not too bad. I'm seeing him like track back against Matoma, against Estupiñán. He still has a decent amount of pace, but he's just not it anymore. I'm sorry. I thought Mateo Kovacic was absolutely excellent for a large majority of the game. I thought Bernardo Silva was going to be the key player, but instead it was Mateo Kovacic that first half, especially the first half against Sporting. Man of the match. Probably our best player in that first half. Just outstanding. I know Erling Haaland is going to take the credit in the headlines, but if that was De Bruyne making that pass, we would all be on our knees.
Give your meat a good old rub.
For Kevin De Bruyne and his greatness. But that pass from Kovacic to slit the ball in between 2 defenders with the perfect amount of weight on it to Erling Haaland. But to have the intelligence and the dribbling skill and the valor to take the ball and beat a Brighton player, go into space, and then make the pass. The hesitation and the burst of acceleration with his quick feet. Mateo Kovacic, excellent player. Great game by Mateo Kovacic today. I thought Savinho was probably our biggest threat for a majority of the game. His shooting is nowhere near where it should be. I thought I have to watch it back. Maybe he could have squared it on that chance. That first half to Erling Haaland where he was what's the goalkeeper's name? I forgot his name. Verbruggen between his legs and hit the post. Could he have squared it to Erling Haaland? I'm not sure. I would have to see that again. But I thought Savinho was really good today. Nunes, Gundogan, and Phil Foden I thought weren't too special. I thought Nunes and Foden were obviously the better of the three. I thought Foden was the best out of all three. Ilkay Gundogan, this transfer isn't working out as much as we'd like to have hoped for Manchester City. Our midfield is 755 years old, and it's not working. We desperately need Rodri. We desperately need a cover. I'm seeing links to Ederson from Atalanta and Zubamendi. Just give me one of them, man. I trust the club is going to make the best decision, but just give me one of them, please. I thought today was one of Erling Haaland's best games as a City player for this season. He was combining well from the opening minute, getting players involved, crossing the ball when he needed to, drifting in, beautiful center forward play with the strength, handling off Van Hecke, Igor. He got a little bit rattled at the end with Van Hecke, but I gotta say I think I saw Van Hecke put his hands on Haaland first, and then Haaland got a little bit angry, but still don't like to be seeing that. I love the aggression though. Again, it's not really too much to even talk about. There's really nothing in that, but great goal by Erling Haaland today. Determination to get that goal was absolutely sublime. And again, not really too much to say about Erling Haaland. I thought he did well today. Before I start my conclusion, it is now the 27th minute and Liverpool are 1-0 up against Villa. Darwin Nunes in the 20th minute. Yep. Again, I knew Liverpool 100% going to win that game. Anfield, they're in form. Arne Slot is playing absolutely. He's having his team playing absolutely out of his mind. 4 losses in a row. We have the international break. We got to wrap every single player in bubble wrap, because I don't want any injuries. I don't care about the performances. I don't care. I just want every player to come back on Saturday the 23rd, I believe, with 0 effing injuries. That's all I want. Hopefully, we get some good news out of Jack Grealish, Akanji, Nathan Ake, other players, but we are missing so many players. And honestly, we have Tottenham at the Etihad. At least it's at the Etihad. And that is going to be one hell of a game. I will do my best to make a preview for that match. Still, I believe in my team. It is November. We are riddled with injuries. I'm not throwing in the towel by any means necessary. Let's all calm down. Let's all regroup. I trust that the players and the coaches are going to be talking extensively over the next 2 weeks. Let me know down in the comments down below what you thought of the game. Who was your best player, I guess? If I had to choose a man of the match, it's 100% João Pedro. But for City, who did you think was City's best player today? Any thoughts? Let me know down below. I'm going to be reading your comments. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all next time.